Welcome back to Real Talk. My name is Christine Kiai. Today we are talking about vasectomy. If you're just joining us, we are talking about family planning and encouraging men to join the women and support them in this journey of family planning. Our SMS line is 22162. Start with the word circuit. Our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages at is circuit. You can also reach me directly at Christine Kiai. Do share your comments and your questions with us. As we continue with this discussion, earlier this year, that was in April, we had about 174 to 100 men who underwent vasectomy. There was a campaign dubbed 100 Kenyan men to raise up their families, their wives, and our future. So we've seen how far this has come from the moment family planning was introduced, into the world, in the 60s, and up to now, where we've even gotten to vasectomy. And combining with the culture of the African men and also probably women, how do you feel about the journey so far? Are men embracing it? Are also women embracing it? And what more needs to be done? We can start with Ben.
All right. I think family planning, when it was introduced in our country, it was for women's affair.
Yes. Yeah.
It was not for men's affair. So it took time for men to understand what is family planning is. So women were doing it, and their men were not sure what they are doing.
Yes.
So I think it brought a lot of chaos in the family, because the woman might not need the child, but the man needs the child, and the man does not know the best days to have a child or the worst day for the woman. So it came to be a question to, I think, the organizations which were having to the family planning. So it came to us as a man, we should do something. And before vasectomy, men were not told to support their wives, because it's not necessarily. You can do it naturally. This is agreement of two people. When you go to a sex, you two must agree, isn't it?
Yes.
But if you tell me, my days are not good, I'm going to get pregnant, and we are not ready, I'm not an animal. I can understand and wait for the day. But it came to an issue that you are cheating me, that's not true, I mean, you see. So it happened that now women are facing a lot of challenges about family planning. So that's why now it came to a man to support their wives, and they understand what they are doing. I believe that's why you see most of the girls having this e-pill. And it's very dangerous, because you need children in future, but you won't get the, because e-pills, it's in manches, not for daily. When you have sex, you take it. When you have sex, you take it. No, it will affect you. Then the end of the day, you never have children. Right. So when we are talking of men coming in, we saw it was important to educate men to know about family planning, so that they can support their spouse. Young guys who are not married, yes, we know you are functioning and you can have sex, but please understand one another when you have in this sex, because you might endanger your girlfriend and you yourself. Because when you have an unwanted child, then what? And at the end of the day, you pardon that girl, and the child will be a bastard, because you never agree to get the girl again home. You see, that's the problem we are talking about. So men should support their spouses, their girlfriends, for family planning.
Yes, indeed. All right, and then maybe you can also give us your opinion on your perspective on how's the progress so far.
Yeah, in the early days, it was very hard because the men fought it. They did not understand it.
Yes.
But because of the changes and especially economic pressure, I think now the men are embracing the idea because it's working good for them because of the big family and the problems that are associated with because of lack of enough finances. There have been a lot of problems. So nowadays, the men are taking the idea. They are taking the idea, and that's why we came in even as religious people, because we saw there was a need. Because these people come to the church, and you find maybe a man has just run away from the family. In fact, right now I'm tackling a case whereby a man has just, when the job ended, the man ran away. Now the wife has 3 children, he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So, but now when we are trying to educate the men the importance of planning for their family so that they can take care and embracing the idea. So there is actually a change that is happening and issues to do with the family planning, and it's encouraging. Yeah.
All right, that's of course very encouraging to hear that, you know, there's change that's happening. And so then we're talking about you know, the organization that in which you guys support family planning through, that's Men Champion for Family Planning. Can you maybe can just tell us what you guys do?
Thank you. What we normally do, we came up as pastors, and we saw the need to educate a man how to support. Initially, we did not come up with for man to do the family planning, but ours was to support the spouses for family planning. You know the method your wife is using. You go with that to the facility. When you have a child, you go with him for the clinic, for the checkup of your children. And you all the process, you must know it, because you are part of the mother and the child. You are part of the family. So we saw it was a need, and we in fact we are doing it, and the men are supporting it. In Nairobi County, we have 9 sub-counties who are members, and we started about we were about 30 people. Now we are almost 6,000 members. We have 6,000 members, men who are supporting the family planning for Men Champion, and we thank God for that. And we are still going on. It's a long journey.
It is.
But God is good for us.
All right. So maybe you can also just add on to that in terms of, you know, especially looking at the young people. Like, what are you doing for the young people, you know, to help them start thinking about this? Because eventually they will come to a point where they have to make this decision.
Yeah. You know, now being pastors, we have an added advantage, especially when we do premarital counseling. Those are some of the issues we tackle, issues to do with the family, and we address those issues of family planning. And all the people who are passing, for example, through our churches, through our hands, they are having that knowledge.
Yes.
And we have seen it bearing fruits. Those families that are doing well, and that is actually very much encouraging. And also on another side of the family, we are seeing quality family. You know, there are times where only the wife will take the children, the way he has just said, to the hospital. But today, the husband and the wife together, they are going to the hospital together. So the husband are getting involved in the issues to do with the family on a higher level than the previous years. Yeah.
All right, that's amazing. Now, of course, we know when we're talking to young people, I'm very sure they have so many questions that, you know, they could personally be having, and they need someone to talk to and, you know, just give them advice. So maybe you can share with us how we can reach you, your website, your social media handles, how they can write to you.
Okay. We have in WhatsApp group Men Champion for family planning, and Facebook family planning, and we are in what else?
Email. Okay.
Our email is mailchampion.com.
Mail Champion Family Planning at gmail.com.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. So they can reach out to you there, and you can be able to.
Yeah, we are situated in Botella, and the church is where we had an office is Botella, Saints Worship Assembly, Botella Shopping Center. Behind there's a church. Come there and you get any help you want.
All right. Thank you so much. You know, I know that probably young people, to be honest, you know, just sharing with my peers, don't think it's that much of an important thing to talk about at this age. They're like, you know, we'll get there. But, you know, just from what you've been telling us, it's important to talk about it at a very young age and to start thinking about it, you know, as soon as possible. So we want to thank you so much for coming through and sharing with us your experience.
Thank you. God bless you.
All right, God bless you too. All right, so we've agreed that this is actually a method that is being used by millions of men worldwide. I mean, it's something that men are already embracing. I beg your pardon. It's safe, it's effective, and you know, you can do it. But of course, like we have been told, you have to plan for it. You have to think through it before you do it. Thank you so much, you know, for staying tuned to Real Talk. We do appreciate your interaction and you just keeping us company this wonderful morning. Next Saturday, once again, we will be having another topic to discuss. We also want to ask you guys to send in the kind of topics you want us to discuss, because all this is for you. My name is Christine K. I do wish you a lovely day.